What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. We are past hump day, folks. It is Thursday, the 7th of May, 2026. I'm going to switch it up today for you folks. We're not going to talk about the war board. We're not going to talk about the phenomenal products that ACiQ makes. We're going to talk about the drama that I always have to deal with here at Pipe Doctor Home Services. You know, I'm very disappointed in Gio. You know, yesterday, I don't know, some just don't follow instructions. It's got to be that. Some just don't follow instructions. Yesterday, we did a couple service calls yesterday, Gio and I. We did maintenance on 2 Goodman central air conditioning systems. And then we did a backflow prevention device install. Right? Pretty straightforward, though, don't you think? I agree. And I let Gio kind of like take charge. Right? I gave him direction. And I told him what to do. Right? And I witnessed him not going through the steps to discharge the capacitor. And let me tell you something. You get zapped by a capacitor. I got partially zapped by one a while ago at one point. I thought I discharged it, but I didn't. You know, you discharge it with something metallic that's insulated, and you go bzz, bzz. Or you could do what like some YouTubers do and just use your tongue or use your fingers and feel it. You know what I mean? But I don't like feeling it. You know? I don't like feeling it. I'd rather not feel it. You know what I mean? I'd just rather not feel it. 'Cause I don't want to deal with that. You know? I got a new GoPro, by the way. So I was like, I asked him, like, you discharge it? Yeah. You guys probably saw it in the video, and then people are going to like crucify me a little bit. But I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. It's disappointing, you know, that I give him instruction and he doesn't listen. And I'm kind of like reaching my breaking point, you know? And I think I've met that breaking point. So we're going to see how he does today. But I think that Gio is more of a liability than an asset, and I just can't have any of that. By the way, folks, if anyone wants a GoPro Hero 7, it's yours. This and the case, it's yours. If you live locally, awesome. If you don't, GoPro Hero 7. The problem is the battery. I used this GoPro the day before yesterday on that Rheem air handler that I hook up the Ecobee thermostat to, and the thing was dead in about, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then I had to use my iPhone the way I normally do it, like I'm using my iPhone right now. So if you want it, it's yours. Throw me a few bucks for postage. Email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com if you're interested. GoPro Hero 7. I'll give you I have 2 batteries for it. I have all that little accessories, no SD card. And I got this new GoPro here. I used James's Amazon referral link, and hopefully he gets the commission for that. I don't know. I'm just disappointed. You know, I told Gio when I hired him that, listen, I'm not looking for an apprentice. I don't need an apprentice. I don't need someone to hold my bag. I need someone who can help me get the job done more timely, more efficiently, more productively. And it's just not that. It's not that. And after listening to James' feedback I'm getting from James and from Daniel, well, mostly James, it's quite apparent that he actually has more of a liking to plumbing side of things. But I don't need another plumber. You know, I need an HVAC guy that I can put into a truck after learning our processes and the way that we perform service calls and the way we engage and interact with the clients, and go out there and be a revenue generating team member, right? I don't need all this other, I don't need a helper, right? So that's where we're at. And it's gonna suck to have to let him go, but because I don't like to let anyone go unless you're just it's sad. I do feel right for my guys. I like I said, I'm part of the family. I don't want to have to let anyone go. It's just the way it is. So that's my drama today. Sucks, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to make a decision today based on what I see and how his actions are. But as I say, it is what it is, and I need to have a coffee. So, folks, today, here I am. Today we are doing a Mikey Pipes Philanthropy job. In case you guys don't know what that is, Mikey Pipes Philanthropy is a nonprofit charitable organization that I set up a few years ago. And we provide free or low-cost plumbing, heating, cooling services to those in the community who can't afford to hire a professional. Now, let me give you a little more feedback on that. You're probably going to like this story. Let me pull up the email. And where is it? This goes back to, yes. I got an email on April 17th, a couple weeks ago. Good morning. We are Pipe Doctor customers. Their name, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Last year, 2025, we had one of our 2 mini split systems fail on us, and Daniel and another Pipe Doctor employee came out and installed a 2-head ACiQ system. We also signed up for your AC monthly maintenance plan. Love it. A short while after the install, our mini splits on the other side of the house that provide AC to my son's room and also my elderly parents' room seemed to be not working well. Daniel came by and diagnosed with a system leak and suggested a replacement system. Systems were already 10 to 12 years old. At the time, my employer had notified me that my position was being abolished. Shit. And I was unsure if there would be a post available for them to deploy me to. It turned out okay. I was redeployed. I'm thinking maybe military based on those words, or maybe this woman. She's the wife is writing the email. Maybe the woman is military. At the time, my employer had notified, okay. But at the time, I did not know what was going to happen, and we knew that we could not afford a new system for the other side of the house, so we just had Daniel charge it up to get us by, and we would see what position we'd be in the new year in 2026. Unfortunately, this winter we had an unexpected financial hardship that we were not expecting. At the same time, though, it is not good to have our son and elderly parents go through a warm spring and a likely hot summer without air conditioning. In this regard, we'd like to know if you could quote for the labor of the decommissioning and installing a new customer to purchase 3-head mini split. We will provide the system, and you guys provide the labor, plus whatever material is missing. The electric is already there from the old unit. Please let me know if this would be possible. And also, I'd like to schedule an inspection and cleaning of the units that are covered under our HVAC maintenance plan. Now, many of you in the trades would say, Mikey Pipes, don't get involved in that. It's not not worth it. You know, you install customer supplied material, things don't go well sometimes. And you're right. I it's like installing a customer supplied furnace, but I've done it. I've installed a customer supplied ACiQ, and I charge the same price that I normally would charge minus the cost of goods sold. I think it worked out well. So here it is. I get this message, right? So I respond back. It's possible, but there would be no warranty or guarantee on the job when a client supplies the equipment. If there is a financial hardship, perhaps we can help. What brand equipment are you considering? Have you priced that out yet? So she sends me a picture of a Senville. Oh, where did it go? Come on. I hate it when this thing stops doing that. She sends me a picture of a Senville 3-zone on Amazon that's $5,995. Right? So she writes back that here's equipment that we want to install, a Senville 3 zones on Amazon, $6,000 almost. And then I'm thinking, okay. Hi, this is how we can help. Through the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy organization, we can offer the following. And this is how I let this unfold. Here is a client. Hear me out, folks. Just hear me out. Here is an existing residential client. You gotta swallow some pride to ask a professional. Listen, we're going through some hard times here, and we can't afford this 3-zone system that's going to cost $12,000. And can you help us out by doing this instead? You got to put yourself in their shoes, folks. So this is what I'm thinking. They were gonna spend $6,000 just for the equipment, then have us install it. How about if I supply? Hear me out. How about if I supply and install my own equipment for less than that amount? So I reach out to the folks over at ACiQ. Now, I know I wasn't going to mention ACiQ during this video, and I just did it again, but I reached out to my handler at ACiQ, and this is what makes them so special. All right. And then they're like, Mikey, we got you. You know what? Whatever you want. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So what I'm doing for a total price of $5,000, they are getting the low-cost system that installed today, as long as the rain holds up. So the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Charitable Organization, my mission when I started this organization, an IRS 501c3 charity, is to help those in the community who can't afford to hire a professional. I have this drilled into my head. The Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Charitable Organization is an organization that I created and is designed to help those in the community who can't afford to hire a professional with free or low-cost plumbing, heating, cooling services. That way they can have basic necessities. And if you think air conditioning is a luxury, you try a hot Long Island summer afternoon into the evening. You got the humidity. You're schwitzing like a mamzer. It's a whore in church, in case you're wondering. And it's just not good. What's really nice is that I wrote him back because over the weekend she sent me another email. We've been exchanging emails back and forth, getting the equipment shipped directly to them, right? But she wrote me an email over the weekend. Hi, good morning. This weekend we went over our budget for the month of April. I just wanted to talk to you for all your help. If it wasn't for your help, we would be scrounging around for ACs and fans on Facebook Marketplace to keep everyone cool and comfortable. Our house gets extremely hot, especially my elderly parents and 7-year-old son. Once again, thank you for all your help and many blessings to you, your family, and team. Many thanks, Mrs. Jones. I wrote it back, because it's like, wow, look, imagine, put yourself in their shoes again. Imagine, you know what, you're asking for help. You got to swallow your pride. You got to put your dirty laundry out in front of your house and just, ask for help. You're being defeated and you need a hand. You need a helping hand. You need to be pulled up a little bit. So I write, Mrs. Jones, thank you so much for your kind message. It truly means a lot to me and my team. I'm so happy we are able to help you and your family stay comfortable, especially with your parents and your son at home. That's exactly why we do what we do. And with the help of ACiQ and our Mikey Pipes Philanthropy efforts, it's been a pleasure facilitating this project for you. I did some number crunching, right? So with the help, I took some time to go back through the numbers, and I'm happy to share that I'll be able to reduce the total by $200 from the original quote for labor and materials. See you Thursday. Should be done by 12 p.m. Thanks again for your trust and support. And then again, she writes me back. Thank you so much. I have no words. I'll be passing your name along to my fellow neighbors at the bus stop. It's the least I can do. I am truly very grateful for all your help. And my husband will be home to help you with cleaning up any of the cardboard, opening up boxes, what have you. And one last favor, can you please leave the old equipment? I would like to scrap it to get some money for it. She wants the Mongo, folks. And I said, absolutely. I was like, I'd love for you guys to scrap everything. The copper lines and all the equipment. I was like, you got a lot of plastic though. But if you carefully separate the raw materials, I wouldn't be surprised if you can, get a couple $100 worth of scrap metals. Your husband's welcome to unbox anything for us. That would be helpful. Just tell him not to lose anything. You open up things like open up a faucet, right? And then to check things out, or to cut the granite or stone in the countertop, and all of a sudden now the pieces are missing, right? So I said, just don't lose anything. Because you lose the bracket, we're effed. You lose the remote, we're effed. So, folks, it's Thursday, May 7th, and that is my story for the day. And now to alienate half of the viewers right now, fuck Mamdani. Ken Griffin, the CEO and founder, one of the major partners of Citadel, just announced that they're expanding their footprint in Miami, and they're probably still going to do that expansion in New York, but not as large. But listen, let me tell you something. If the county executive, Bruce Blakeman, was a turncoat and turned blue and stood in front of my house like, listen, we're taxing houses that are worth over $3 million, and this is one of them, you best believe I'm going to fucking act up on it, right? You're going to tax me more because, I have more money than the others? What Mamdani and these woke socialist Democrats don't realize is that in New York City, and this is facts, you can look this up, right? 1% pay half the taxes in New York City. So when you get rid of that 1%, you're fucking everyone else. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Be well, God bless, stay safe, and make sure you go to ACiQ.com/Mikey Pipes. If you're an HVAC contractor in the United States, stop installing bullshit. Train, Carrier, Lennox, Rheem, Rude, Goodman, Daikin, Luxair. Stop installing garbage and install your own equipment with your own name on the stuff like I do right here. Built different, built better. This is the future of AC today. And yes, I just contradicted myself, said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I did it anyway because I love this stuff.